So obviously we asked a question about best Premier League seasons of all time and individual. And I mean, first and foremost, we've got a list here with some of the ones. I mean, so we're going to go back to Luis Suarez. He signed in the January transfer window to Liverpool, 2013-14. Now this season, he played 33 appearances, 31 goals, 23 wins, 5 losses and 12 assists. So we'll take the wins and losses out of it, but what we'll say is he got 31 in 33.
That's incredible.
With 12 assists, right? We've also then got Mohamed Salah, 2017-18, with 36 appearances, 32 goals and 10 assists. I mean, that was scary what he did that season. Obviously, we've got Ballon d'Or winner Cristiano, 2007-8, which I think Crookie thinks this is the one that takes it. He scored 31 goals in 34 games with 6 assists, so he's a little bit greedy on that front. And listen, the list is endless. Thierry Henry in 2002-2003, 37 appearances, 24 goals, 20 assists. I mean, that is incredible. And obviously, our own Andy Cole's on here, 1993-94 for Newcastle, 40 apps, 34 goals, 13 assists. Crookie, what's your thoughts? What do you think has been the best individual season?
Well, first and foremost, I've got to question the statisticians there, because I think Ronaldo got 42 goals in that 2007.
This is Premier League. This is Premier League only, mate.
Well, you can't say it's Premier League only when we're talking about Ronaldo, because they also won the Champions League that season. So for me, there is only one contender. I watched a lot of Ronaldo that season in the flesh, went to a lot of games at Old Trafford. I think it was that season when he scored that incredible knuckleball goal against David James. I was right behind that, and it's arguably the greatest goal that I've ever seen live. The technique to make that ball fly past a very good goalkeeper in David James at the time. He carried United. His partnership with Tevez and Rooney was absolutely sensational. I think this was the year really when it all came together for Cristiano Ronaldo, because there were a lot of doubters when he was first signed. He was a skinny kid, really went down too easily. He was a bit of a show pony, dare I say. But by the time the 2007-2008 season came around, he was the real deal, justifying the hype. I think United players told Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him at half-time in a friendly against Sporting Lisbon, because he absolutely tore them to shreds that night, even as a skinny kid, as I've said. He was unplayable. And but for his goals, I doubt United would have won the Premier League. They certainly wouldn't have won the Champions League that year. So I think for it all to come together, the number of goals, the number of assists, but to end in the two biggest trophies that you can win as a player playing in the Premier League, it's going to take some beating. Okay,
well, as I said, we're talking about Premier League, so Crookie went off a wild rant about Europe and everything else, but we're talking about...
Alan Shearer into this. I knew he'd have one good season where he'd be incredible. I think it was 93-94, I think similar time to Andy Cole. I think they won the league, Blackburn, this year. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but anyway.
What year was that? 93-94?
93-94.
Crookie, who won the league in 93-94?
United. Blackburn won it in 94-95.
Okay, well, I'm wrong. But anyway, 31 goals, 4 assists. I think the assists are obviously...
you can't get in with 4 assists.
09-10, Frank Lampard from midfield.
Yeah.
This is a good season. 22 goals, 14 assists from midfield. I think that's a fantastic season.
Ronaldo was playing out wide when he got 42 goals. He was the first winger since George Best to score 32 goals or more in a single season for United. He only just fell short of Dennis Law's all-time club record of 46 goals in one season. He wasn't even a striker.
Do you know, I'm looking on here as well, and there's one on the list as well that I think this could be up there as one of the best as well. Didier Drogba. So in 2009-10, he played 32 games, he scored 29 goals, and he had 10 assists. And he also went to the African Cup of Nations. And he still scored 29 in 32 games.
He went to the African Cup of Nations?
Yeah. And, he won the Golden Boot, the FA Cup.
He had 32 appearances, though, so he didn't miss much when he went.
Well, listen, if he'd have played the rest of the season, he might have scored 35.
And I think they finished third that season?
In that season, in the 9-10. I think they won it.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm just getting some info in my ear. I think he beat you on Golden Boot that year, did they?
He did, yeah.
You come... third?
I think, yeah. Right? So listen, it's not about me.
I'll tell you what, you had a good season at Sunderland. 24 goals?
Yeah, no assists. Or maybe one.
There must have been 1 or 2 in there, hitting the post or the goalie, rebounds.
So I honestly think that season there from Drogba, 9-10, Golden Boot, FA Cup and the league, gone to the African Cup of Nations, scored 29 in 32, 10 assists, that's got to be up there.
It's up there. It's got to be Suarez. Like, as much as I don't want to say it, just looking at that season that he had, he was unplayable.
Better than Mo Salah, who broke the records. He got 32 and 10 assists.
He was in a weaker Liverpool team, Suarez.
Well, that's what
Salah was
Marcel's
in a
fault.
fantastic Liverpool side. So, look, this is a great debate. We'd love to hear off people.
Only one of them won the European Cup that season.
Who was
You go
that?
back- no,
End of
he's back
debate.
again.
End of debate.
How many goals did Ronaldo get that year?
What, Premier League?
42.
42.
No.
42.
Mate, he got 31 Premier League goals. We talk about Premier League.
Drogba done well, though. Drogba had a good season.
So it doesn't count in the Champions League when he's taking on the best teams in Europe. They're
No,
irrelevant.
because the question is Premier League teams of the year, like seasons of the year. Do you know what? I think Mo Salah, and you had an interesting question, Daz, about Mo Salah.
I did. Now, I mean, where would you rank Salah? I'll ask you both. Where would you rank Salah among the all-time great Premier League wide men? Now, I'm talking Prime Bale, Hazard, Perez, Giggs. Is he better than them?
Is he a wide man?
Yeah.
course he is.
Yeah.
Is he?
Sterling, Mane, Cristiano Ronaldo, let's talk. I mean, he won the European Cup, so... Where would you rank him?
I think Salah's more of a forward player than a wide man. He's not a wide man. I mean, you mentioned Ryan Giggs there. The two are very different in style.
Yeah, but when Salah plays, he's right of a three. So I'd class him as like a wide man.
Yeah, he's not an out-and-out forward, is he?
No.
So he does. He comes off wide. So I don't know. That's another debate as well.
Can I chuck another player in there, and you're going to accuse me of
Listen,
South Coast
if he plays,
bias here?
from the South Coast.
Yeah,
Okay, this will be interesting. Go on then.
As in best Premier League seasons.
Matt Letizia, 93-94, scored 25 goals in the league from midfield in a dreadful Southampton team. Pretty much single-handedly kept them in the division. It was in that season that he scored that 40-yard chip against Tim Flowers, his mate and England goalkeeper.
How many
You
assists?
don't always
how many
have to be
assists?
challenging at the top end of the table, do you?
How many assists? When Suarez, I swear when Suarez 13-14, were they challenging at the top? I mean, listen, someone so disrespectfully has written underneath the season, Luis Suarez playing in a team with John Flanagan, Joe Allen, Jose Enrique, Aspas, Barini.
And they finished second that year.
Second.
Well, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to see the Southampton team from 1993-94 if you're talking about bad players that Letizia was playing with. There were some dreadful players in that Southampton team.
How many assists did he get, Letizia, that year?
I haven't got that information to hand because I'll tell you why. Because he literally just came into my thinking when we was because there was this period. And maybe you guys are too young to remember, but in the early 90s, every year Letizia basically kept Southampton up on his own. It was incredible the goals he scored in terms of the quality of them and the sheer number. I mean, let me give you some names in this Southampton team, and you tell me: Richard Hall, Ken Moncau, Craig Maskell,
Moncau was a good defender.
Neil Heaney, Simon Charlton, Nicky Banger, Tommy Widrington. Shall I carry on? David Hughes.
Player.
I mean,
You've not heard of half those players, have you?
Not really. No. Like that doesn't make them bad players, though.
They were a bad team, apart from Letizia. Basically, Alan Ball's team talk at the time used to be, give the ball to Letiz. That was it.
We had a text come in, Marcus Stewart at Ipswich. I mean, there's no stats back in that. He had a fantastic Prem season. Carried them to Europe.
He did. Scored 24 goals.
Underrated. He ended that with.
Then they got relegated.
We've got a call to fair. Paul, he's a Man United fan. Paul, on the discussion of best individual seasons, who are you going for?
Evening.
Evening.
I'm going to go for Jamie Vardy in the 15-16 magical season when Leicester won the league.
It's not a bad shout, that. Why would you say Jamie Vardy? I know he got 20 goals in, I think
24.
And he broke Van Nistelrooy. Is that the same season he broke Van Nistelrooy's record?
Yes.
It sounds like it, yeah, for goals in a row, isn't it? 12 games in a row.
I think what it is the assist that let Jamie Vardy down. I think he scored about 24, but I think he got around 6 assists. But, I mean, what a great shout. Fantastic season. Carried him to the title, really.
Mahrez got Player of the Year, though, didn't he, that season? Not Vardy.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit disrespectful saying carried them to the title. They had a fantastic team, Mahrez. But, I mean...
Haven't you got
any Man United players
that
come to mind? Paul?
For there's loads on. 99, 2000, you got Beckham.
I mean, Ronaldo had a great year, didn't he?
Yeah, I like the Andy Cole
07,
shout.
08.
93-94 effort for Newcastle. He's linking up with Peter Beardsley. That was a phenomenal season and performance for someone at Newcastle then.
Cheers, Paul. I mean, yeah, he's right. There was some very, very good seasons there. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm still going to... I've not given Thierry any kind of...
Thierry Henry,
24 and
incredible.
20 and 20. That is crazy, that, Crookie.
24
20
goals,
and 20.
20 assists.
Yeah, but do you know what? You know why? I wasn't even thinking about this until we start the section. I'm going to go back to Letiz because, again, Thierry Henry was surrounded by fantastic players, invincible players.
No, he was
Tizier
fantastic.
wasn't. Yeah, of course he was fantastic.
But sometimes,
I'm not
Crookie,
taking that away, but,
do you know what, sometimes,
but does it not take more to shine in a bad team than it does to shine in a good team?
Not really, because I always think sometimes if you're the best player like Letizier in the team, they're giving him the ball every single opportunity, so he's got more of a time to shine. Do you know what I mean? Every time he gets the ball,
Is Tiz there?
Letizier.
Cookie. Is Tiz with you?
Yeah, he's just making me a cup of tea.